comfy. Comfy scene. But not like 100% comfy. Because of the Weaver shit, man. The little rain noise from indoors. Just the hijacking. That's interesting as that was. Actually, twin sticks work pretty hard in this part, which is cool. Slow-mo crow. It's like just this one odd thing in this place. The fucking crow just sitting here. Dude's falling asleep on the fucking... paced around, dude. Wild. Good ghost and bad ghost. Hello. Can we take a peek? Ron's gonna go check it out. Careful, Ron. So this whole place is gonna get picked up. Some good sound of this one. Storm sounds like it's a little bit more crazy, a little bit more all around you. But the volume levels aren't just louder. I'm looking at the volume levels right now. There's more to it than that. Mickey. You definitely get like a feeling of everybody putting in this effort for like no audience or nobody who cares kind of thing. Because the ghost town vibe they're going for. Everyone's just kind of like irrelevant. That's how they try to make it sound like. Yeah, Jen Newman, that's what I said. Easy. Yeah, there's a good vibe of that. I mean, I feel like the whole game has dealt a lot with like irrelevance. I mean, a lot of people's businesses are like dying, and like they work on things that are old, or they play for like no, you know, bars with no people in them, or the bar gets no customers. And it's not really like a feeling of like a lonely feel. It's just like irrelevance. But the people are still in it. It's an interesting feel. I don't like it. Well, anyways, let's see what she's got to say here. Where the hell's Ron or whatever? Saturn's in retrograde, dude. I feel like the surrealism in this particular part is a lot more subtle. I kind of like it. A little bit more than some of the more in-your-face shit. People saying like Saturn's in retrograde, like the one crow, and then like they're talking about the haunting weird shit, the leakiness of the play. I don't know, it's got more subtle vibe going on. It's cool. It's definitely more interesting than the pre-act things from all the other acts. I mean, the play was interesting when he got into it. Some of the other stuff was like novel, but like the phone, but I don't really stick with it. turn this down a little bit. I don't know if it's like overpowering. It's pretty much up there with my voice. You get the wind and all that now too. There's some good sound in this one. Hacked, man. She'd say it could be a few hours before. Oh. Fucking horse. So we are Clara right now. Take me to Dogwood. cat now. Alright. The no, yeah. I do the no, yeah sometimes. No, yeah. I mean, you just mean yeah, but still, like, somebody sounds like they're not certain whether you know, you're saying no to the uncertainty and yeah to the actual question bullshit. Probably not a good thing to use. Oh, here's the 3 museum folk. Hopefully, maybe some more rain, comfy. What's up, Cap? Croak. Damn frog. You son of a bitch. Who the hell's this? Bad news. Oh, that bad news. I just meant like his news was low quality. Interesting. Slow-mo crow. What the hell are they talking about? I mean, where fucking Dogwood is. Where's fucking Dogwood? Alien carcass. Company lore. Messianic. I actually don't know what that means. Oh great, my controller's dying. Give me a minute. Grab the cord. Matter of hours, nice. We'll use it. Plugging this in while I'm reading this. Kind of missed some of it. I didn't realize it was still running. Turn on the PS4. Alright, I'm using a Wii U Pro right now. The Switch Pro had issues with this game, like really bad. I like the Wii U Pro for D-pad and all that shit. Not as much for stick-based stuff, but the stick's usage and this is so light, it's totally not a problem. And it's not like the sticks aren't good. I mean, it's still plenty great controller. Even just if you only use the sticks, but I got so many controllers, might as well pick what's perfect for me. Oh, this is that hole. I assume from Xanadu. The Madcap. Have some love for the town, or at least disdain for company that ruin people's lives or whatever the fuck. I mean, I know the deal on them for sure. You know, Flora's here, whatever her name is, Fiora? Flora. Water out of the ocean replaced with garbage. The dinosaurs at the center of him. A big truck and a tugboat. Oh, okay. Hey man, we just had Junebug and all them get together and do shit. I mean, this chick seems cool, but come on, man. Join up, like, was this Maria or whatever? Maya, Maria, Rosa, the anchor. Some casual parrots. hell's going on there, but alright. Rita. There you go. Alrighty. A variety of cat noises. Even the chat has cat noises. The neighbors. At least she likes what she's doing. So it doesn't have probably as much impact. Sadly. It's kind of sad, I guess. What's over here? I'm hearing noises. Intent and all that doesn't always make a difference. That can be kind of... It's one of those like bad things in a story. Cements in the sun. Steady, listen to the shovel. The ghost boys. Well, I guess we're good. Or maybe we just made some choices. Well, this is it. last night. Uh-huh. Preserve. What? I think it's because I moved a little early. What the hell, where's this cat going? I didn't even move him. What's up, Gyat? Is this about the poetry? Or she's talking about something else. You play a little bit of everybody? Just a cat right now. In the last 20 minutes. Neglect. How's everybody doing right now? We found the dogwood place or whatever. True enough. What's up, Shannon? Looks like some old Wild West place back there. Take it easy, Boozy. He's got all sorts of ways to speak. Good old power company. Yeah, considering the whole place just got destroyed. Guess not. Okay, the tire. Maybe it's the Hard Times Whiskey Drivers. Skeleton Boys. The white cat's always chilling out. Fuck. Jorge. Books. Oh, just like the ghosts or some shit. $24. Feed the goat. I think the ghost will be alright, buddy. Don't see any ghosts either, man. I'm sure there's just shadows. Oh, they wanna like, am I making decisions to like bring this place back? I mean, why? I think it's okay to move on and let something else take the reins eventually. It's not like I have any personal tie through the story for the place. I guess they have some memories here. Who the fuck is Fraser? Person sounds pretty crazy. Sometimes it's not the show Fraser. Jesus, man. Oh, that cat's in her lap. Yep. Probing, man, figuring it out. He's good. Move his gas. The horses. Oh, the horses are dead. We like teaching this guy the shit. Oh, I'm just gonna push him on the drum round, man. I mean, Johnny and Junebug seem like they want to have somebody to do shit with. Why not? I mean, I think Johnny and Junebug's duo is kind of good on its own, but whatever they want. I remember barely know any of these other people yet. The path the Spirit found in her scrying game. Sounds like the formula almost. The diver. Ancient pipe. It's just art. Yeah, the cat animations are pretty good. Solid, no doubt. Everybody needs a robot friend, man. What's that here? Hair all over me. Alright. Surprised how long this particular scene's been going. Just getting a feel for what's going on. Wonder what was in the antique deal. Appointment? Application? Yeah. Yeah, too bad, Greg's probably dead to mine. Artichoke. Went to fucking college for artichoke studies, man. Ron getting pretty deep over here, man. No telling, man. I mean, of course they wanted better days after the mine bullshit. That didn't happen. Hey, the pipe. Oh, the seer. Paying a horse. There's so many other animals hanging around this white cat. Alrighty. Where the hell's our map? I'm digging a grave for the horses. Well, it was like Bakugan, sorry. Oh yeah, there's a lot of that. Little cards that pop up and shit. really gonna stay here? If you're gonna like persuade these people to stay, like the other people. Who knows? The fast squirrel. There's digging a grave. Yeah, the company. Alright. I'd like to know about Conway and all that shit, man. Guess we're getting some progression and seeing what their old cast is gonna do. Man loves his animals. Clipping into your painting here. What the hell's going on here? Yeah, we'll take a plane out of here, man. And here's the plane. Oh. Maybe not. This thing doesn't hold a lot of passengers. Looks like it barely worked. It's gonna like explode or something. I need a little more speed than that. Big speed right there, man. So much for that. Say so, Hoss. This is the person asleep, right? Uh, the horses? There's a lot of horse imagery through the whole game, but the ceremony. Alright. Well, dusk it is. Brother Julian, man. The giant eagle. Oh, is there more stuff back there? I mean, this giant house thing makes you think that everybody should stay or some weird shit. But who knows? We'll just play it how it happens. Hopefully there's not like a million endings or some shit. The game is too abstract to really get a good feel for the weight of any choices. Or if they have some ending in mind for you. What path to go down to get that. I haven't really been worried about it. It's not really that kind of game so far to me. Could just be that our new people are gonna take over this place in their absence. Well, it's getting darker for sure. Parrots don't give a fuck. It's not too shallow of a grave there. It's a nice little touch. Always the Junebug and fucking Johnny change outfits like every other minute, man. Now they're like morning attire like nobody else has changed. It's a cool little bit of personality on top of them seeming like they're robots or some shit. I think the horses were just a big deal to them. I think the idea is, from what little I know about this place, they let the horses just roam free throughout the town and like all the animals. So they kind of, I don't think they deified them or nothing, but they were essentially like townspeople to them. They just do whatever. So I guess they just have like a bigger respect for them. They weren't like, I don't think they were like barned up or nothing. They just kind of went wherever. That was only from a few passages we've read. I mean, the entire game takes place over a pretty large area of like very disjointed, surreal stuff. This is not a good way to get an idea of what's going on through the whole game. It'd be really hard to explain the whole game. I mean, I could do it in very literal, like broad terms, but I don't. It wouldn't really do it justice. But yeah, I mean, in short, I guess the horses are a big part of the town's culture, some shit. Can build something here again. I mean, I don't see the problem just moving on, dude. I mean, there's enough funky shit here. Maybe we should just try to push it, but Thanks, Ron. Jesus. Fucking Ron, dude. Ron is new to this game so far. This is Act 5. And Act 5 came out within the last month. But people have been waiting for like years or something. So he's new. Most of these people are new.
I've heard of a land of joy and peace and wonderful life, a beautiful place of mansions
I
fair
didn't know this
and
person sang.
skies so bright,
I think we would have got the singer to sing
where all
one of
who
the two.
believe the Savior dear forever shall stay. And having been saved by grace divine, I'm going that way. I'm going that way. I'm going that way. Yes, dear, the Savior I adore is with me each day. I'm clean. and never to stray.
Yep.
Just sing and praise.
Imagine all the townspeople who died in the mine or whatever.
Going that way.
And beyond.
Well, glorious news I tell and sing as onward I go. For those who are still astray in sin, my Savior may know. I want them to sing that praise above some beautiful day. For glory to Him who died for me, I'm going that way. I know I shall meet Him at the gate when trials are past. I know I shall meet Him face to face in glory at last. Oh, I believe that when we meet, well done, He'll say, while trusting that soul redeeming love, I'm going that way. I'm going that way. I'm going that way. Yes, dear, the Savior I adore is with me each day. I'm clinging to Him and never to stray. Just sing praises all day long. I'm going that way.
It's 2 horses, man. Oh, look at. What's up, peoples? Maybe more people will be in there if you pick the right stuff. didn't feel a particular strong pull towards trying to keep everybody in the town. Personally. I mean, maybe because of all the shenanigans, like you're supposed to want to keep them there. But I don't know. It didn't much feel like it. I mean, I think it's okay to move on beyond places, but I mean, sure, bringing a place back up to being cool is fine, but I don't think there's like some moral necessity to do it. I don't know. Maybe there's not supposed to be right or wrong there. I don't even know how much choices actually matter in this. I was really disjointed from the rest of the game, I feel like. I mean, maybe some of the undertones, but the vibe was totally different. Maybe they want to end on a more human note. I feel like I'm supposed to be reading the bottom instead of watching TV. Very satisfying. Oh, it's Harry talking at the depths bar. I don't remember who Carrington was. Was it that chick? I think the moon's slowly moving across the screen. I'm just reading this shit at the bottom. Guessing the kids are us. Oh shit. Oh, this is called Death of the Hired Man. I think Carrington was the guy, like the 8-foot tall guy with the giant antlers that he walked around with. He was gonna do a play in the mine that we'd set up and done a bunch of shit for him throughout the game, but obviously whatever. Really gotta see that. Maybe this is it. Or we're just finally getting to see what that is. Now we gotta find out about it. Disaster. I don't know if that's our choice too or something else. I mean, in a mine, he didn't have his actors, he didn't have his anythings. It's restarting. Fuck. It is, but no. Cast and crew apps. I don't know if we can do anything about that. I'm gonna have to look into some of the details of this game after for a few hours. Yeah, I could see him doing it, but there's obviously a flow to what's going on here. Robert Frost, a real poet. I'm curious if they're going to end this with any kind of extra lines or scenes about any of the people we've seen through the game, or if it's just gonna go without that. I imagine we'll get a little. I don't know if we're gonna get any finality to any of that kind of stuff. I mean, technically, we sort of have. I mean, maybe that was it, and then this is just gonna be like a philosophical conversation to kind of lead us along some kind of train of thought and think back on the game or something. Act 5 is definitely different. I mean, they're all kind of different from each other, but very different. Bitch is all in that town with the cat. But I think ending it more, I guess, human's fine. Instead of just crazy man mode, but I don't know. So like they had a lot of allusions to that town and Dogwood and the horses and all that kind of stuff. It didn't feel that we were so connected that it was like the end of the story kind of thing. I mean, they kind of introduced and characters and stuff, but for the most part, they just introduced the town in its entirety, like right then and there, and it was still interesting, but it feels like another step, not really like an end. But who knows? We'll have to read on a little bit, unless we get more from all this. Emily. Trying to get the names of all these people. In line. I don't. Like, I'm sure I know Emily, but I don't remember. Because we just met so many people, probably something basic. Alright. Well, unless there's a reason to restart. Whoops. I guess we'll just hit Act 1, Scene 10. In the Marquez farmhouse. I don't think that's where we started. Is this where it like truly begins or something? I think I accidentally hit the wrong thing. I probably just hit like continue or some shit. Well, I assume that is like actually the end and not like, hey guys, it's not actually the end. We'll watch the beginning again and see if something's changed. We'll say a little bit about the game. I'm not gonna have a huge discussion, maybe just my initial thoughts and overall feel for it. I'd like to go read up on some stuff and see some of the alternate branches and stuff like that. Alright. Let's go down there and check that real quick and probably be good. I think it's well and truly over. The game will take place from dusk and then till dawn, and well, they might have some other shit. I mean, I recognize these people. These are the people, at the end there, Emily and, I think it was Emily. Bob and the other dude. Ben. Well, anyways, let's start talking about it real quick. I don't feel like going super hard into a big discussion this time. Just gonna let the feeling soak for the most part. I would say overall, I thought it was very unique. It had a lot of cool atmosphere, some really cool music scenes, some nice visuals. I think the narrative sometimes was a little uneven. Between the parts that were just kind of monotonous, like in Act 1, and some of the disjointed shit like Act 5. Well, there's a lot of like themes and like imagery, like the horse here, and like a lot of story people are talking about, kind of lacing you through it. I feel like you can skip a lot of important stuff in favor of like other dialogue. I feel like it's one of those you could probably doing another playthrough, you'd really get a better feel for maybe some of the hidden subtle shit. I mean, I was trying to keep up with as much of that as I could, but Act 5, while cool in its own right, kind of like how the play was cool in its own right, is I don't know. It was interesting. I feel like it wasn't much of a send off to the game. It didn't really. It just felt like another step. I mean, there were steps in the journey during Act 4 where we were just like learning about people and different, you know, while all this surreal shit was happening, we were having like, you know, character arcs happen and shit. And I mean, you could still have it be surreal or subtle, but have stuff happen. And I feel like 5, I don't know. I mean, and something big happened for the town, but I mean, Shannon is like, maybe it was more up to choice. I just decided to kind of let most people peace. Maybe it would have been a more powerful thing if I tried to get everybody to stay there in Dogwood. I mean, the feeling of just, but maybe they're just trying to push the feeling of, you know, I don't know, not everything has to have like a cool end or people just leave kind of thing. I mean, Conway just, I mean, kind of just got fucked and that was it. I mean, the guy we are right now, I mean, through most of the games, just went into debt, became a Hard Times Whiskey dude, and just, we never got to see him or the dog again, and that was it. I mean, Not everybody got much of an end, or even good or bad. It just wasn't much of anything. It's kind of like a forgotten deal. I mean, I guess maybe that's what they're trying to. Maybe they're trying to push that. I know it's one of those things like you can't really know the intent. I mean, irrelevance and a bunch of like, you know, ghost towns and forgotten shit. I mean, maybe that's what they're going for. I don't know. Maybe that's just an excuse I'm giving it for having kind of a weaker punch of a finale. I mean, I think the way they told the stories was pretty dynamic. Well, I mean, you could understand what happened through the game. Maybe not the details. It just, yeah, I feel like maybe it's not so strongly woven together that you get any like emotional punch, but I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, you could definitely say that. But I think like maybe something like Monogatari, it has a lot. This and that have a lot of like storytelling, impressive storytelling. I mean, it's kind of like got this text adventure thing. You answer stuff from a bunch of different ways, like a bunch of different people's perspectives. All the choices are very, very different. You're making up new facts every time, you know, like, oh, I'm from Michigan or I'm from Chicago, and you could just, or I'm from New York, and you could just make up different stuff, and it doesn't feel like choices like a Mass Effect-y thing. It just kind of feels, you know, kind of like a surreal. You're just kind of like, you're kind of filling in like ad lib style, but you're not like guiding the events of everything. But you might have been guiding stuff more than I thought. I don't know exactly. I never felt like I was really pushing things too much. Like, oh, maybe Act 4, actually going to the places or not going to the places. Let's talk to him real quick. Maybe that was a deal. I think a big thing when it comes to the, we'll come back to the presentation later. Yeah, I don't think it's really different here. Let's see, I have everything though. These keys. I'm gonna have to look into it if there's more. I mean, it could just be side shit. I think there's more side shit than I give this game credit. But anyways, yeah, some of these dialogue options, you know, some of them will be like, oh, this continues the conversation. This dialogue option is a completely random, huge backstory thing. And this one's just like a joke. And I think that's cool, but if you want to try to retain the flow of conversation, you might miss the backstory stuff. And I'm like, should I always just go for the backstory stuff? Maybe that would make me more attached. And maybe some of the symbolism will make a little more sense. Like, I don't know for sure. Yeah, so we have all this stuff. But this might just carry always. But yeah, let's jump to something else here. Yeah. But yeah, I think the presentation was really cool. There's some really neat stuff going on visually, and like I said, I mean, a lot of different perspectives, a lot of ways of telling the story. A lot of visuals like this and the places you go to. I think the music was great, and the use of sound was pretty good, especially shit like the pre-Act 5 rain thing. There's a lot of cool noises and stuff. A lot of nice ambient songs and stuff. Kind of create like a surreal feel, some like something different. But yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I mean, I thought the characters were neat. They were different for sure. I mean, everybody had a personality, no doubt, and I mean, I didn't feel like anybody was like some canvas that like we were just our self-insert, or somebody that we just had to like just kind of make up some shit or something. Like everybody had like, I mean, I knew, you know, how everybody acted and a lot of their chemistry and stuff, so I thought that was good too. I think just the overall what was tying a lot of the symbolism and surrealism together, I just don't know how strong it was. Sometimes it felt like they're just kind of just random surrealists for the sheer sake of it. which is cool if you just want to make interesting, like, West loading style things just kind of happen. But if you're gonna push like a bigger story with all this dialogue and stuff, I feel like there needs to be something else going on there. I'll have to read into it. I'm curious if my playthrough is very radically different, or it's not an easy one to figure out there. I don't really want to play right now. It took us like 14, 15 hours or something. Yeah, I'm really glad this kind of thing exists. I like, you know, played enough games where something a little more unique, something more fresh, something where they try to do stuff that's more crazy. Even the stuff that's like seems like purposely boring, like a lot of Act 1 stuff. You know, I'd rather be people willing to try shit like that and find really cool, you know, like atmospheres and feelings, than to just stick to stuff that's just the tried and true. I mean, I'm totally fine with the tried and true as well, but you know, I don't fault them for that kind of stuff. All things considered, Act 1 was like probably the worst act easily. They cut out a lot of the monotony and kind of at least add more kind of interesting imagery in the characters. You get a better feel for them. From 2 to 4, I'd say my favorite act, I don't know, 4? I mean, 4 had the most places you went to, really good use of music, although 3 was good too. I think, you know, 2, 3, 3 were all pretty solid then. The Cat's Act 5. Act 5 was alright. I don't think... I mean, I don't need to break it down and compare acts, I guess, but... unless you're talking about you just saw the Cat's right here. Yeah, Cat was... let's see, you can come in here from a different angle. This is neat. See, like, I feel like there's a lot of replay value in this. But I feel like the surreal, like, gimmicky kind of feels and stuff. Like, you might have a different appreciation for the story and some of the paths it can take. But I don't know if you'd have, like, you'd really be as enthralled on another run through, you know? I mean, this kind of stuff, like I said, the imagery and the surrealism, I just don't think it would be there as much for you. I mean, because you know all of it. It's not odd to you. I mean, it might still be. It's good atmosphere, but it would be the story details that have to get you on a replay, and I'm just not. I mean, it's rare I just replay a game right away anyways. No. I think I'll look into it, but I'm just kind of skipping through shit right now to see if anything's going on. I think that was it. Yeah. So, I mean, overall, I'll have more maybe to say about it tomorrow. Very untraditional, very unconventional how they tell a lot of the story. But I respect it for it. I thought it was really unique. I thought it was really interesting to look at. I like the atmosphere, the sound, the music, and all that shit. I just think, I mean, your average Joe won't enjoy it, I think. Unless you've really just never experienced anything slightly outside of, like, just Marvel movie land or something. I don't think most people would enjoy it. It's pretty obtuse. The gameplay is very... they're totally willing to just have it be like dull. I mean, I wasn't really super bored, but I could see, like, parts not probably being entertaining, right? Like Act on the minecart shit, like... I mean, I had people tell me that shit was boring. I'm like, oh, yeah, for sure. But I think overall, just in like a couple sentences, they'd be like, I call it good. I liked it. But I think I liked it less than I was expecting to. But I think the things I wanted it to be good for, that they were. The atmosphere, the surrealism and stuff. I think I was just hoping there'd be a little bit more of a... maybe something to just kind of go along with. Like, I can draw, like, thin threads of shit that connect it all together, but... maybe it's just the end. Maybe it just there wasn't enough. Maybe it just felt too disjointed from the rest of the game. I mean, they did make it like fucking eons after the rest of the game, so I don't know. It's not that, and it wasn't even bad on its own. Like, I think the destruction of the town and, you know, the ghosts and like what we know of the town, like it's connected in lore, but I just feel like the journey through the underground, the Route Zero and all this kind of shit just feels very far away from it. It feels like ending on a like almost a like 90% just pure just human kind of thing is maybe I don't know. Maybe it just wasn't as strong. Like I said, I don't hate it. I just don't know if it's strong. So there is totally different scenes here. And see, this is a lot of replay value. Every time you do one of these scenes in Act 4, you can go to a completely different thing here. Surely these sections are like lighter though. I mean, you could get off and go see these crazy places, or you can just stay on the ship and just kind of mess around. This is what I'm gonna look into later. Like, you learn a lot of things here. I definitely think if you're very into it, I'm just kind of blasting through to see how long this is. I don't want to get into it again. If you're super into it, but you feel like it was missing some stuff, maybe going through all this will be what you need. But I don't know. We've got other stuff going on as well, so. Maybe we can learn more about Conway's situation. Yeah, if they were, I think another thing is like gameplay or choice wise. If they were like making choices, it's very hard to tell half the time. If it's just like you just ad lib and stuff. But yeah, I don't know what I was going with that. Yeah, I don't know if like you're just kind of ad-libbing the choices, and there's a lot of choices and they're very different, but what their impact is, like you can like this you can see, like you either get off or you stay. In the end, it's like I guess I could see where you're trying to get people to stay in the town, but most things, because the dialogue's more odd, like I mean you just kind of say stuff. If it has impact, I wouldn't even know. The dog not being live later. I mean that's apparently a thing. I had to look that up. So I'm just kind of reading some of these. I feel like skipping stuff like the rum colony for these scenes, while interesting, you'd be kind of missing out. Like we skipped the gas scene, which has a lot of Junebug and Johnny backstory stuff and like character kind of like, like You can figure out their chemistry a little more. Or I'm guessing in this little bit, maybe we learn more about like Kate and stuff like that. And sure, yeah, this is Act 4. This is like right near the end, but yeah. Anyways, man, you have a good one, dude. Appreciate you being here. I'm just skipping to this to see what it's like. Funny games. Whatever floats the boat, man. You have a good night. Yeah, like the rum colony had a good vibe, man. Like I'd rather, I mean, I've seen it and I want to go there instead of something new. Like I think getting off the boat all the time on Act 4 was just kind of the way. I mean, just stay on the Mammoth every time. I don't know, dude. I'd have to learn about a lot of this stuff. Like we're just watching videos on the Mammoth. Surely nobody picks any of the Mammoth shit the first time. I'd be like shocked. Really. Don't have any choices here. Hanging out with the dogs. The unknown thing. I mean, this might be interesting in its own right, but like... Weaver. Dude, we didn't get to learn much about Weaver either. Like her sister or cousin or whatever, it's just like... Like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't need everything spelled out for me, but like... Fucking hell, dude. Do I need like a few replays and like a fucking PhD to fuck... and like fucking some kind of analytical literature fucking something to like... reason out like a very basic story element or something? I mean... You get so much mystery with such light answers, man. From what I saw. Not answers. I don't need answers. I don't need it like figured out. Cause I don't want to be one of those people like I can only respect something that's like, oh, you know, full. You know, no mystery, no thought needed. Just that just tells you everything that goes on. I mean, that wouldn't be cool. You know, like Twin Peaks or something. It's, I don't want it to be like too in your face, but even stuff like Twin Peaks has a little bit more threading it together. I mean, whatever. There's more experimental. It just leads you on to think it's not only gonna be like that, where it's like not gonna have some kind of like finality to it. But then it does, you know? There's too much story, too many character arcs and plot threads to make me just say, oh, well, it's just a random hodgepodge of shit that we just gonna have to figure out. Like, I feel like they lead it on too much to have some kind of flow. For it to just end with, like, nothing. I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, it's a cool ending. But, like, you could just take it out and put it in something else and it almost feels about the same. Anywho, what do we got here? Art videos, recorded at random. WEVP, community television. We've met Dashiell. See, these are shorter scenes for sure. Well, anyways, guys, what is multiplayer? I mean, this is neat, right? Image, a sound, a choice of words, a notable app, and some other and pass control the game that person. Wouldn't it be cool to have that kind of just like, kind of more like feeling based kind of play where you just kind of experience the imagery and stuff. I just feel like it's not just imagery and like cool, like almost episodic scenes. That's kind of what I mean. Like, it's not just like, whoa, we're doing the crazy surreal thing. But anyways, I liked it. Didn't absolutely love it, of course. And I don't think most people probably would like it a shitload, unless you just really appreciate the uniqueness of it. It's definitely gonna be like some kind of cult classic thing, right? Or it already is. But I'm glad it exists. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching. I think this one went a little longer today than I expected, which is totally fine. It didn't bother me at all. I was really looking forward to getting on finishing it. But I don't have a big plan for the next game right now. Oh, I probably should do Dragon Quest Builders 2. I'm sitting on that. Need to send it out. We're gonna have Yakuza in a few days, and I'm still kind of wanting to do Backlog Lands. We'll see. It's just been cool to do stuff like this. Shovel Knight's new campaign is a possibility. I don't know if I'll do anything else tonight. I think I'm gonna look into this a bit, and maybe buy Act 5 soundtrack if I liked it. There were some songs that seemed decent, but I really like listening to the soundtrack. I've been listening to the soundtrack way before I played the games. So I'm a pretty big fan. We will see. Anyways, guys, you have a good one. I don't think anybody's streaming right now. Maybe somebody's playing this. I don't know. Give me a minute here. Kentucky. I'm probably like this game. Yep. Only one playing it. Well, we're not gonna host anybody. I was gonna like do one of those like hosts where you host somebody else playing a game. I've never done that before. Well, alright. You guys have a good one.